And we are off. Good morning, Panicans. It is Thursday. Almost Tuesday. Thursday. A little after 5 in the morning, February 26th. What is good in the hood?
Oh, man. Early. It's freaking early.
You got some coffee, right, Skillet? You're not watching the dogs anymore? That's real coffee? Okay. I know. I got the big Stanley one, too. Usually it's because I have 2 sets of coffee and I need as much coffee as possible while I'm here, but I only had enough coffee to fill this thing up to like here. So it's going to be a rough day until we get home and get some more Folgers.
That's gay. First of all, nobody should be drinking Folgers. They should be going right to ironbeancoffee.com, ironbeancoffee.com. If you want the best coffee on the planet, you need to go to Iron Bean. Why? Well, there's multitudes of reasons, but the number one reason is coffee is the first thing you put in your body, and you don't want to put garbage coffee that's been sitting on a shelf in a store for a bazillion years, getting hot, cold, and stale. Not with Iron Bean. If you go to ironbeancoffee.com right now, my man Freddie, former Marine, is going to roast you up some coffee and ship it out to your door right now. So do it.
Well, just do it now.
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
Just do it. You know, it's my money and I want it now.
What I want to know is, did anybody leave a comment for Brian Kemp? We have no comments.
Not on X. All over on other platforms. Like on TikTok, like I posted about not running for office. There's a lot of people. There's people that say you're a pussy, and then the people under him commenting on him, they're like, no, you obviously don't know how the government works. He's talking about if you get loud enough, not going to be good for you. And if you try and make a difference, not going to be good for you. So there's activity. YouTube is a tough cookie to crack. I'm going to deal with YouTube after we get off with a campaign, just a short campaign. So it's a tough bear to crack when you're not, half naked singing like I used to.
Well, we'll skip out on you half naked and singing.
I threw up a little bit in my mouth right now. So I go, oh, God.
Both of those, you make me ill.
Man, I wish I would have known I was going to say that this morning. I'd have a naked picture for you.
So we've got some top stories here on the Gateway Pundit. Just in, the DOJ announces arrest of a former U.S. Air pilot for training Chinese military pilots, which is always great. You have the Biden FBI obtaining phone records of Kash Patel and Susie Wilds in the Trump classified document investigation while they were normal citizens back under Biden. And then you have a police body cam of a federal judge who crashed his Cadillac, which the video for this is kind of funny. I can't even speak. It's that early.
Trash Patel.
Yeah, crashed his Cadillac into a telephone pole and didn't know where he was. That he crashed his car. He was that drunk. His blood alcohol level is nuts.
12 News at 6.
Where are we going? We're going to jail. Okay?
He's like, wait, what?
The Michigan State Police body camera video of the arrest of a federal judge from mid-Michigan is released. The judge's blood alcohol level being well above the legal limit. 72-year-old district court judge Thomas Ludington was arrested in Emmett County back in October, suspected of driving under the influence. He was charged with being super drunk, that charge for someone whose blood alcohol level is double the legal limit. Terry joins us here in the studio, and Terry, the police report shows it was even higher than that.
Yes, Don, the police report indicated Thomas Ludington's blood alcohol level was .27. The body camera video shows a man who didn't know how his car crashed, didn't know why his airbags were deployed, and had trouble following police instructions.
Sir, can you get out of the vehicle, or is your door stuck?
Well, I can get out.
What did he run into?
I'm not exactly sure why these deployed.
It's a little after 7 o'clock at night on a rural curved road in Springvale Township, east of Petoskey in Emmett County. The police report shows a caller saw a black Cadillac driving with its hazard lights on and crashed into some signs and almost rolled over.
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Tom.
Tom, tell me how much you had to drink today.
Nothing tonight.
Nothing.
Ludington tells the trooper he is a federal judge. Ludington was appointed to the bench in 2006 by President George W. Bush. Ludington lives in Midland County, but told police he was on his way to his vacation home in Harbor Springs.
I want you to be honest with me. Tell me how much you had to drink today.
Seriously, I don't think I had anything.
You don't think so? Where are you coming from?
That is such a drunk answer, dude.
Federal court in Bay City, Michigan.
In Bay City?
That is such a drunk answer, dude. I don't think I had any.
Hey, it was.
I think he thought the airbags were my pillows.
Yeah.
That dropped down so he could take a quick rest.
Yeah.
I don't think I had any.
I like this feature.
I remember getting throwing up downtown Coeur d'Alene when I was a kid, throwing up because I was so sick, and I was 17 and 16. I remember when I told my dad. I was 16. My friend had the Mitsubishi Eclipse stick shift. I filled up the middle of his car right there where the stick shift was at. Cop pulls me off the ground. He's like asking my name, how old I am. I'm like, I said so many different things, and then the last thing I said, I don't know, I'm at least 21.
Tyler, I've had nothing to drink this morning. Nothing.
You know, there's nothing worse than waking up the next morning and either your friends or your wife saying, "Do you remember what you did last night?"
Oh yeah,
and you don't know what you did.
I've had that conversation.
And you know, it's always. Of course I do. Of course. What are you talking about? I meant to do that.
Let me tell you.
Really, you meant to run down the street naked?
I was at I was at a drinking establishment in London, Ohio, which is like really close to Springfield.
You should have just said London. It would have been way better
but look,
story.
hey, it's my story. Hold on.
Oh, we'll fuck it up.
So, like, I wake up. I'm in a parking lot in Delaware, Ohio, which is like 50 miles from where I was at the drinking establishment. And car running on empty, sitting in this parking lot of this huge industrial park in Delaware, Ohio. Perfectly parked in a parking spot. I'm the only thing there in that entire parking lot. I have no clue where I'm at because there's no signs there. And my light was on for my gas. I don't know how long I've been sitting there idling, but I mean, I had a half a tank when I left the establishment.
It was probably a freaking. How far is London from you? 50 miles, you said.
Well, I was at London, and Delaware is like 50 miles from London, but it was 15 miles the wrong direction.
Do you guys have any unique names that aren't like stolen from other people?
Stolen from other people.
Yeah, Delaware, you stole that. London, you stole that.
We're on stolen land. What do you expect?
The craziest states for names is Missouri and Kansas. Between the two states, they name all their cities the same names on either side. So you don't know if you're in Kansas City, Missouri or Kansas City, Kansas. It's the funniest thing ever. I mean, just look at a map. It's a riot.
Yeah, I've been.
At least North Carolina has the guts to call a town Blue Balls. You know, come on.
Yeah, there's a Blue Balls, North Carolina.
Yeah.
There's a Blue Balls, Pennsylvania. There's a Bird in Hand.
Oh, there's a Blue Bell, Pennsylvania that I know about.
That's a very confident or very sad.
Guys, you guys are forgetting. You're forgetting that it's National Small Dog Day. It's National Send a Letter to an Elder Day. Maybe I'll send one to my grandpa. National Set a Good Example Day, or I could send one to Carl. National Tell a Fairy Tale Day, and National Nasty Pistachio Day.
There you go.
I'm going to send my letter to Carl, actually. And what's a good fairy tale? What's your favorite fairy tale, Carl? By the way, anyone who's never watched this podcast, Carl is a resident angry guy.
I'm not angry.
To find...
my favorite fairy tale is where I come over and pretend that
you're my dad and you're hanging out with my mom.
And I just kick you in your nuts while you're sitting in your chair
he's the
while
fairy
you're drinking your coffee.
He's the kick in the nuts fairy. Forget the tooth fairy. Forget
you're gonna go bring me back Marcy. Get Carl out of here.
I knew there would be nuts involved with your little fairy. What about you, James? You got any favorite fairy tales?
You get an F in algebra, and the kick in the nuts fairy will come and visit you, young man.
Tyler, I live in the real world.
Easy. No fantasies? You live in
that's
London.
different. Oh, you said.
Why'd you have to open that up, Tyler? Now
here we go with Jane Seymour again. Don't get me started on Seymour, okay?
Nothing is worse than on a fishing dock and you have a fish ferry. Okay, there's nothing worse than that, Yeah. Ew, what'd you catch today?
Oh my God!
Oh man, I threw up a little bit in my mouth though.
Oh, dude.
Can you put the worm on the hook?
Hey, this is a few months old, but I thought it'd be awesome. This is how you start the day with good news, dude. Look.
Hey, and I'm here on the Halifax Boardwalk to take care of some foreigners. And that boat's full of them. I'm Trent McClellan, nice agent. You're gonna need to see your phones. Let's see what's in them. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Unlock your phone there for me, please.
Looks
Thanks,
like
sir.
every other phone.
Let's go.
Sure.
Let's go, sir.
Look at that.
Oh my God!
That's my grandbaby.
That's your grandbaby. How
Yes.
old? Okay, now we're doing a selfie. All right, okay.
You want to see my license?
Yeah, sure.
Carl's
Why not?
just gonna throw something right now.
Probably going to be a fishing license. Carl, stand by. Okay, can I just see this for a second?
Look, it's a fish ferry.
Who needs this many cards? Sir, you got a Blockbuster card in here? What do you got in here? Go this way. We got the buses here. We got a big day lined up for you. Probably go to Peggy's Cove, maybe a lobster boil. So let's go. Where are you guys visiting from?
Atlanta.
Virginia.
Pennsylvania. Montana.
30 minutes from D.C.
What's DC stand for?
Washington.
This man thinks DC stands for Washington. Yeah, that's a nice backpack, pal. That is really nice. Super nice. Do you have any narcotics on you? Any kind of drugs?
Let me see.
No. If you need some, you just go down right here. There's a great cannabis store down here. Got some really sweet, strong stuff. That's what I'm on right now. So that's what,
I know you're on something.
First thing you got to say.
Oh, the nice agent.
I was at one of those stores yesterday.
Yeah. Look, when ICE agent is Canadian, that is awesome, dude.
I hate Canadians.
Positive
I knew
News
there was a
US
reason I
.org.
hated that. I don't like Canadians. I just don't. With their stupid accent.
This guy thinks
shut up.
DC stands for Washington.
That was a good one.
Why is everyone
Canadians
from
have no
America?
balls. Canadians have no balls whatsoever.
Why is everyone from America on that? See, we can smile. Carl smiled. Did you guys see Carl just smile? He laughed, I think, a little bit in that.
A little bit. All right. Well, that's enough good news for today.
Hey, reaction to the
nobody likes good news.
Reaction to the State of the Union address. Trump's numbers are off the wall. I mean, everybody loved that speech. Everybody.
I mean, we played the CNN poll, real live poll right after. You saw it jump 10 points, boom, like that. I think it was effective.
They hate giving any good news when it comes to Trump.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you.
When they report it.
I got to tell you why it resonated. And Tyler, I sent you a clip of another truck driver, right? Driving down the street, right? Where do you see this? This is insanity.
Going backwards? Going the other way on the highway?
It's going the other way on the highway.
Like 60, 70 miles an hour.
Yes. Like, who the hell is giving these people driver's license?
Right.
They should be held accountable too. Whoever gives them these CDLs, when they actually hurt somebody in a vehicle accident, they should be held accountable too.
Yep.
18-wheeler going the wrong way down southbound 61.
He's got his flashers on. See, so he's got his flashers on. Why does he have his flashers on?
Because he's a moron.
He is on the northbound lanes of 61 going the wrong way.
I think he somehow turned around and is trying to get off on an exit ramp.
Oh, that's very generous.
You can see I'm going southbound on 61.
Look at this,
He's in the northbound lanes on Highway 61.
But he has his flashers on. That's the only thing that.
What truck is that? Taylor Trucking?
I don't care if he's got his flashers on. I don't care if he's got a circle light on. You're driving down the wrong side of the road in a fucking tractor trailer. You're gonna kill somebody. Drive in the grass. Drive somewhere else. What are you doing? What is wrong with you?
That was not the reason. He was doing that. Wow.
See, that's just an accident waiting to happen. That's all kind of
quite
bad
literally.
And you wonder why, and the left wonders why the American people just want these illegal invaders out of here, because it's that type of stuff right there.
Yeah.
That if that were any of us, not that we're that stupid, but we'd be surrounded. We'd have our driver's license taken. We'd be sued. We'd never be able to show our face in public again. And what needs to happen, what really needs to happen, I think, to really put the kibosh on this is they need to start going after the companies that hire these people.
Right.
Right? There needs to be a better vetting process. They need to be able to speak English. They need to be able to read. You need to be able to read. You need to be able to read traffic signs. You need to know basic traffic signs, right? So these people, the trucking companies, you need to start either seizing the cargo, right, that they're hauling, seizing the truck, and then beginning to revoke any business license or anything like that these trucking companies have in order to stop this, because you're just not going to stop it if just the illegal alien is the one that's held accountable by just being tossed out of the country or patted on his back and being told to go on the way.
Now, did you read a report about a Texas trucking company that have the big 18-wheelers, the big semi-trucks? They have a national distribution center. They have freight, they're being paid for to get delivered. They fill up a truck at a depot. Okay, fill up a whole trailer. The trailer and the tractor drive out of the facility, goes to another facility of drug runners. They replace the trailer with a look-alike trailer that is 100% encased in drugs. Put the freight back into that trailer, go on their route with the tractor trailer, deliver the goods, and then deliver the drugs at another point. This was actually going on where they had counterfeit trailers, counterfeit trucks, ICC numbers, everything. That's how sophisticated it was. And they got busted,
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually you'll get, because, DOT is everywhere.
Everywhere.
And
in
if
Ohio,
your stuff's
especially.
not correct, they will get you. But the thing, I worked for Hunt for 11 years, and Carl, they send their, they do like a 3-week course on teaching them how to drive and shift gears, and then they throw them with another driver for 5 weeks, and then they're out on their own. Don't matter if
That's
they can
more
speak
training
good
than
English.
these guys are getting.
You know what I mean? It don't matter whether they can speak English or not. That's how Hunt did it, and that's back in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah,
they were doing it.
In all fairness, not to defend Hunt, but that's way more training than I think these guys are getting.
Probably.
Because you don't even need, you don't need to go to CDL tractor trailer school to get your CDL. Go take the test. Take your road test. You can schedule it. Boom, boom, done.
Right now,
yeah,
now
you could do it in a day or two. Like, so these guys that are doing it for 3 weeks with a trainee and then 3 weeks in school, like these guys are, I mean, that's really the right way to do it. You can't sit with the guy for 6 months, but you also can't.
The people that pass, the people that have passed the rules, laxing any kind of training and the rules for CDL, and get these foreigners driver's license so they can make a living. People like Nancy Pelosi. And who's Nancy Pelosi? Well, Paul gets in a car accident, injures another passenger, is drunk driving, and he gets nothing, right? 4 other people arrested the same night. They all lose their license and have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. Paul Pelosi, nothing.
Dude, we just need to change our last names to something big like that. Just some infamous name, and like just Pelosi. Move to California, you'll never be in trouble.
Another thing, Tyler, on when they take that test for the driver's test to get your CDLs, it's just with the tractor. You can go to Penske and places like that and rent their trucks. And it's just that you don't have to have a trailer behind it or nothing. See, so you have no clue whether they can pull a load or back it into a dock or nothing.
My dad's a truck driver. He said there's some idiots that work at his company, and he said that one guy left in the morning. He said he didn't even know he didn't have his trailer behind him. Got halfway to where he's supposed to drop it off.
Oh, wait till you see where they back into them. They hook them up there. They crank up the dolly legs. They pull through the fuel island because they all have to be, at least where I used to work, they had to be inspected, wheel seals and everything before they roll out the gate.
Yep.
Out the gate, get a half mile down the road, and the fifth wheel was never actually latched.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that at truck stops when I pull in, because I used to go cross country, and when I pull in the truck stop, in South Carolina, there was one right in the center of the truck in in the truck stop where we were all going to sleep. Just a trailer dropped right in the middle because the guy tried to leave without.
You should see him when a heavy load, then the dolly legs collapse right up into the floor.
You see, I don't understand why ICE or Border Patrol isn't at truck stops and way stations. Right?
Walmart.
They should be there.
That's because the local cops eat all the donuts first, man. There's nothing there for them, for God's sakes.
But just imagine if we had these, if we had the DHS or someone from Homeland Security there, just randomly, right, questioning, asking for driver's license, doing a basic road test of do you speak English? Do you know what these signs mean? You'd probably be able to cut a lot of this down and scare some of these people out of the profession, because they'd be like, all right, well, if I stop there and I get randomly selected, I could just be shipped off back to Guatemala or wherever the hell they're from. Uganda.
There's things like that make too much sense, Carl. Don't even think about common sense, okay?
Be like, what? Why you put me over?
We're not
why you put me over?
doing
Is it
common
because
sense
I got
today.
a towel around my head? That's profiling. That is profiling.
So we need to go back to that.
So there's another story that's out there about a North Carolina mother of 3 who mysteriously vanished. Well, we know why mothers of 3 vanish all the time. My mother threatened us for years that she was
of their
going
freaking
to
heathen kids.
Yeah, but she vanished in 2001, and they just found her. They just found her. Thank God! I'm so happy they found her.
Was she in the backyard buried from her husband?
No, look, alive and well.
Wow.
You'd think there'd be no statute of limitations for her leaving her kids behind.
Michelle Hunley Smith, 38 years old, when she left her husband and 3 children. The family spent 24 years wondering what happened to her.
Was she like 72 now?
This is classic, dude. On the evening of December 9, 2001, she left her home in North Carolina to go Christmas shopping. She never returned. Husband reported her missing, blah, blah, blah.
You want to get that Cabbage Patch
She had an
doll.
affair. She ran off with her boyfriend.
She was driving her 1995 Pontiac Trans Mini Sport. Oh, dude, look at that van. Look at that thing. Slick.
Yeah.
Look at the license plate, dude. Rocking on.
Oh, yeah.
without my husband and kids.
Don't come a knocking if the van's a rocking.
Oh, my gosh. So it looks like stated her parents. Weeks before she had vanished, it looked like she stated to her parents she was in a rocky relationship, and her father believed her mother had been stashing away money for months leading up to her disappearance. So it broadens.
So an abusive husband is what she's saying.
24 years
always
later,
the abusive husband.
Yeah, she needs to call Meathead Movers. Remember?
You know what the husband did wrong. Told her to take her damn shoes off, go in the kitchen, and make him a sandwich.
Yeah, make that damn sandwich.
February 19th, just a couple days ago.
Let me show you what happens when you say that.
Detectives received new information. The following day, they made contact with her, finding she's alive and well 24 years later. Michelle asked the location remain undisclosed.
This is what's going to happen with Nancy Guthrie, by the way.
The kid, I'm ecstatic. I'm pissed.
They're going to find her at like 105, and she's going to go, I couldn't take my kids.
My dad's a great man. He was not abusive, blah, blah, blah. She's now 62. Dude.
Wow.
First of all, if you're going to run away
she had a
like
man's
that,
what it was.
That was on All Things Interesting. Dude, I would be on a beach in Hawaii. Like, what
How
are you
could
doing?
you afford it?
Would you have one of those license
Well, it
plates?
looks like the mother-in-law, or wait, her mom was like greasing the wheels.
Yeah, the only reason that the
You
whole
don't have 3
population of
kids.
the world isn't on a beach in Hawaii is that 99.99% of us can't afford to do that.
Because the
Skillet
Democrats
is
have
lying. He's a
destroyed it.
millionaire.
The Democrats have made it so unaffordable in Hawaii, California,
Ohio,
right? Who's gonna want to go and live in California or Hawaii? Let's be honest. Hawaii is a liberal cesspool.
Easy.
Great vacation destination, Ohio.
I love Hawaii. Great destination, Ohio.
What do you grow up on a pineapple farm?
Where you mask where it is.
Now,
we're on the London.
Now, one way to reduce our prices, is to fight Standard Oil. So when these companies, these meat companies, all get together and organize their pricing for ground beef, it was uncovered that CattleCom, ranchers and insiders exposed how Tyson, JBS, Cargill, and National Beef secretly control American beef market. Well, yeah. You get a couple of big players in there, and they dictate the price of beef. End of story.
Well, OPEC does the same thing.
The Batista family is basically the Brazilian mafia.
They can knock you out of this industry.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. That's Standard Oil. That's how Standard Oil kept mom and pop oil refineries from even.
In case this damn Rolex ever breaks, I won't be able to. Batista family is basically the Brazilian mafia.
They can knock you out of this industry in 2 seconds.
I do millions of dollars worth of business with them. I like to live a pretty good lifestyle. In case this damn Rolex ever breaks, I won't be able to.
Hey, there you go.
Scott acknowledges he has to go along with this if he wants to keep his Rolex. It's all about money.
Do I enjoy selling them to them? Really? But I'm like anybody else. I gotta keep.
Look, dude, if my did he really say if my Rolex breaks, I need to be able to replace
He'd like
my
to
Rolex?
have the money to replace it. Yes, wouldn't you?
Touche, James. Yes, I would like to have the money to replace it. I wish I was a millionaire like Skillet. Dude, these beef prices. So it's amazing that James O'Keefe is able to go undercover and these people just
don't recognize him.
It's unbelievable.
And you have to remember what they've done to the American cattle farmer. They barely, your American cattle farmer is barely scraping by, right? Because what do you have? Is it 4 meat packing companies in America? And I think three of the 4 are owned partially, if not all, by foreign entities, right? So you have them pushing down the price of cattle as far as purchasing. By the time you raise the cattle and it goes to the slaughterhouse, the money you put into raising the cattle, I think the one beef farmer said is their profit on per head of cattle is around $100 to $150 if they're lucky. By the time they raise it, the vet and all the expenses going. Yeah, I mean, the slaughterhouses push down the price to the cattle farmer, and then they raise the price as it hits the market. So these slaughterhouses are the one making all the money.
Mm-hmm. And they have to package it, distribute it, and then as soon as there's some E. coli, they have to destroy all that and redo it again. So I mean, I'm sure there's a trade-off of risk, going back and forth.
Yeah, so they own all the poultry, all the beef, so all the eggs are controlled, all the everything. And do you trust these 4 monsters to be giving you safe beef? No way, dude. Oh, speaking of that, jeez, Carl, so unprofessional, dude.
Bro.
I
think that was
Casey Means. That was Casey Means yesterday. Did she ever sit in a hearing yesterday, Casey Means? For what's her title she's going for? Something to DHS, right? Not DHS, NIH or something. With Robert.
I must have missed that one.
I missed that one.
Yeah, and I think that was yesterday, and they're questioning her about they're saying, oh, your medical license expired or lapsed 2 years ago. It's like, because she's not seeing patients anymore. She's like on a health kick. She wants everyone to be healthy with their food, and she's just not practicing like that. But yeah, they gave her hell at the meeting. Basically, they go there and tell them, yeah, we just want people to be healthy, go figure. And the typical your typical ghouls in Congress or in Senate are just like, how could you do that? How could you put out our cattle ranchers? Look at them.
Well, and that's the thing. If you're smart, you just like here in Pennsylvania, we have the Amish, right? So I won't buy most of my poultry or meat from a grocery store. I'll buy it from the local farmers market where all the Amish people are. And by the way, all the Muslims buy all their meat, right? Because remember, it's got to be halal. And basically, what is halal? It's blessed and it's organic. It can't have any chemicals, hormones, or anything in it.
Basically, it's kosher.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, it's kosher.
The Jews, they're all in on it together.
Yep. So they buy it from the Amish, and then they just have it blessed before it's sacrificed, killed.
I'll bless it for them. I'll piss all over it.
Yeah.
I'm going to show the video of that guy dancing again, and that's the result of this.
I'd slide a little fork in there.
I don't trust anything that you buy at the store. Nothing. I don't care if it's meat. I don't care if it says came from XYZ farm. I do not trust it.
What do you eat then, Tyler?
I still have to eat it. I get in arguments with my wife all the time about it. I'm like, why don't we go? Yeah. So you
go. Yeah.
What?
I had somebody tell me
you pick the best of the poison, and
around
they're
here
just going to keep killing you.
Around here we have farmers who raise cattle also. You can go in and even with somebody you don't know, and like you can buy half the cattle.
Yeah.
And somebody else bought half of it, and you buy it before the cattle it comes to adulthood to be able to be slaughtered. So you may do it like 6 months in advance or something, or a year in advance, and they offer that all over here. A lot of people do.
Yeah, they have that here too. You can buy a half a cow, whole cow.
Yeah, it depends on what you can afford.
Yeah, it's expensive.
You buy half of it, and you don't even know the other person who bought the other half. They just sell it in halves.
But yeah, definitely going to a grocery store. And I had somebody tell me, the grocery chain Aldi, right?
Aldi, yeah.
Yeah. I had somebody tell me, the beef is much better from Aldi because it's a European company. I'm like, no. I really don't think Aldi is shipping in their beef from overseas. They're sourcing it from the U.S., you jackass.
Yeah, it's a truckload company. It buys a truckload, gets a good deal, and puts it out there.
We have a distribution center here in Springfield for Aldi. It's a pretty good sized place too. Where we buy a lot of our meat from Kroger. I don't know if you guys have a Kroger around where you live, but that's like the best meat out of all the grocery stores around.
Yeah, we have a Kroger. This is her yesterday.
My vision for Surgeon General and for the future of America is to get more healthy, whole food on Americans' plates and to work to systematically encourage our healthcare system to focus on the root causes of why we are sick and not just reactive sick care. This is my passion. This is why I was put on this earth. We have an incredible healthcare system. It's amazing. It's produced miracles. If we have an acute issue, absolutely you want to be in America to get that fixed. But 90% of healthcare costs are now going to chronic diseases. And frankly, having practiced, I've seen thousands of patients, worked in this system for almost a decade in clinical medicine, it's not the focus of what we as doctors are incentivized to spend our time on. It's not what's reimbursed, and this is a problem. Medical education doesn't focus on these modifiable root causes of diseases. The science is showing us through amazing emerging work in systems biology and network biology that the physiologic causes of the vast majority of diseases that are taking American lives and torturing, shortening our lives, even in our children, are connected by shared physiology and shared root causes. We need to upgrade the paradigm of the American healthcare system to educate and treat in that way. It is by far the most efficient way to treat, of course, because if we're addressing shared root causes, we're going to be able to stop the whack-a-mole medicine that's not working for us and that is so costly. And so my passion is to help work with the AMA, work with medical schools, work with Democrats, Republicans, all sorts of agencies across the government to.
You said work with Democrats.
She can't.
You don't understand.
She can't have the job. She's not transgender.
Yeah.
The best part of that hearing. The best part of that hearing yesterday was the wrestler, the WWA wrestler, who's a senator from Oklahoma, and and Bernie Sanders duking it out.
It was a
riot. It was a riot.
Markway McMullen.
Yeah, if you go to the Gateway Pundit, it's actually, there's a clip of him roasting
Bernie,
old Uncle Bernie.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny?
They're talking about, they're playing clips of that. It's in Maine. Maine's going to get hurt by it from the pesticides that they're going to attack it, that they use for farming. Like, okay. So, dude, these other countries don't have, there's so many ways America can fail and will fail that all these other European countries just have to wait it out. We're all going to die off. All we do is eat poison that they don't even allow in their freaking food. I mean, they've got us cornered with so many different ways to kill Americans at this point. And then, we got good doctors, and they're going to try and kill you too.
You have to realize that they've been trying to kill Americans forever. They just can't do it. Why? Because we're like cockroaches, right? We're the ones that will survive everything, because not cockroaches in a derogatory way.
Yeah, I didn't take offense to that.
Yeah, what I mean is we survive. We survived the British, World War II, MK Ultra.
This is great.
All types of things.
This is great that you're describing
Operation
things.
Artichoke.
All before technology
all of these
is
things.
what you're saying.
You will not destroy Americans because we have that will and that grit and that fight. There's a reason why we're the most dominant country in the world, right? And you have to realize that we're not turning back the poison in our food. We can't do that at this point. We're too deep in. Europe did it with the GMOs from the beginning. We're too far in. If we decided we were done with GMOs, we would have no seedlings to plant. Right, because everything we have in America, and again, no, it's not because of
it's all on perfection, making the perfect squash, the perfect bean, the perfect tomato, the perfect corn.
Look at
each kernel of the corn. I mean, it's crazy.
So what do you suggest, Carl? You just suggest we keep eating poison?
No, I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm suggesting that you have it in your ability as an individual consumer and purchaser to go and seek out better, healthier food. That's on you. Don't go to McDonald's. Do you know what a potato from McDonald's goes through to make it from market? Because they're so keyed on perfection in their potatoes. They spray it with the harshest pesticides that you can't even touch it with your raw hands when you pick it. It has to be removed with special biohazard suits, put in the truck, then soaked in a solution to clear it of those pesticides. Think about that. You can't touch it.
Dude.
You're eating that and consuming it.
Why are we such a genius civilization that we decided the way to grow our food and the way we're going to eat is to poison the food to grow it faster?
Because it's good intentions gone bad.
I think it's good intentions.
In every box of
I disagree.
food
I think it's for money.
Every box of food that you eat, you should have to watch a video of how they made that food for the photograph.
That's a good idea, Skillet, to put a QR code on there, so you can.
They have food artists that'll come and paint that pancake, and they'll airbrush it, and then they take a picture of it, and they think that's what sells food. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna lay it out for you why I say it's good intentions gone bad. And is there greed and other elements behind it? Absolutely. But some scientist sat back and said, well, if I could figure out a way to grow corn faster and more plentiful and bigger, I could solve the world's hunger problem, right? So he sat down, he figured out how to genetically modify corn, wheat, and all types of things so that they'll grow in all types of different conditions and be resistant to disease, resistant to insects. So he did it, and then you have a company like Monsanto that's evil, right? And they're like, okay, well, we could turn this into something where we can control all agriculture. We can own the whole market. And we'll sell it as we're going to be able to feed the world, right? And we're going to be able to feed the world faster and better.
And this is the guy who invented this after they all failed at making bigger boobs on women. I mean, that's their first mark. That's the first thing they learn out of college. They want, they go to genetically grow big boobs on women. And when they all fail at that, then they go start attacking the food. They got to make a living.
Yeah. I don't care who you are. When you're talking about something you eat and you're going to carpet bomb a field with chemicals to help with the growth.
Well, they don't spray the chemicals in the United States. That's illegal. You can't do that in the United States. You can't use pesticides in the United States.
Robert F. Kennedy said they used to carpet bomb
dusters here. We have crop dusters here.
Yeah, but that's gentle. That's gentle stuff.
Yeah, right.
No, they use the toxic shit in Mexico and South America when they're growing this stuff, man. Let me tell you, they bombard that stuff with it.
It's all them chemtrails.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is anything with like a skin, like an orange, a banana, avocado, it's a little safer to eat those if they're not organic, because the pesticides don't penetrate in as easily, right, with the skin on. Now, like a potato.
That's what she said.
Wow, my pesticides penetrate pretty well.
I'm just saying.
I've got 3 kids to prove it. Something like a potato, a carrot, it's got a very thin skin, and it's grown in the ground. So it's absorbing all those chemicals. And, for you people that are, I'm going to have a well, I'm going to move out. You're in the worst place because you're surrounded by farmland that's getting constantly bombed with pesticides. It's seeping into your well. Have your well water tested, baby.
I have my well water tested. I love my well. I will try not to buy any house without a well.
It's in your water, dude.
I lived in a mobile home.
Microplastic.
Dude, no way, dude.
Toxic
you are not going to sit here and tell me that the water treatment plant in Florida, remember, this is like 2 years ago, some guy
I'm going to tell you,
adjust that in like 75,000 houses. Don't drink your water.
No, I'm going to tell you right now. I lived in Kempton, Pennsylvania, surrounded by cornfields with a well.
I don't know if I'd want to be touching a cornfield, but my houses are always in the mountains. So my well is 300 feet deep. I mean, I'm getting it from the earth, the center, dude. Not the center.
I lived in a mobile home park right after I split up with my wife. And it had a community well.
His husband.
And we were surrounded by cornfields. And they literally had to shut it down because it failed the testing. And, yeah.
Oh, so, I can imagine it happens, but I mean, it's never happened with me because I'm so sticky on water, dude.
Where's that place in Palestine, Ohio? Imagine having to drink their water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, look at what's the city of Michigan that had the bad pipes?
Flint.
Michigan, yeah.
Flint.
They still have the same problem. They haven't fixed it. That Obama promised to fix that when he was in office.
James, what's the rule? What's our basic rule? One of our 10 rules. Number 1, Democrats can't build anything.
Right.
They can't fix it, build it, or manage it. We've seen that. We've seen it in New York. We got it on full display in New York City with the shoveling debacle. Right?
We need Carl to freak out real quick. So check this out. This popped on FoxNews.com yesterday. Iran Supreme Leader runs a state within a state through a secret 4,000 person network. Let's see. You're
gonna find the same thing in D.C., dude.
Yeah, right.
The irony is that it's saying
here from a government employee we're here to help.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Fox News, I hate you for this.
You're gonna make me hungry.
All that food went through a food artist. If you saw how they made that commercial and how they painted that food, you'd throw up.
It is the hidden nerve center of the regime in Iran, the Islamic regime. And really, it operates as a state within a state within a state. It's almost a cult of personality within a cult of personality. It is the closest entity to Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the totalitarian, authoritarian dictator.
So basically, to make this easy on you, why it's going to make Carl angry? Let's go back here. Okay, I guess we can't go back. We got to, like, what are you doing? Here's the gist of it, is that he says trying to take him out or taking him out. He goes in to explain basically there's a 4,000 person network that doesn't need him to be there or even alive because it's like a cockroach, like you said, it will keep going. And they have 40,000. That team has 40,000 people. So, you know what? When I read that, I'm like, I got to show Carl this. I wish it wouldn't have messed up on me. Because basically what that means is boots on the ground, baby.
Yeah, no, and this is the thing. You know, it's funny how Israel always moves the goalpost.
Boots on the ground.
From the beginning of the Operation Midnight Hammer, I knew it was all about regime change. It wasn't about taking out their nuclear facilities. Right? Because now it's like, oh, they're close to building an ICBM that can reach the United States. Yeah. You're hearing that now.
Oh, yeah. Witkoff said a week ago. So I guess we're here now because that was on last Saturday's show with Laura Ingraham. Yeah. Or Laura Trump. Yeah. So wait a second. Trump, does anyone remember that speech when he sent over the death Doritos and he dropped those bombs on Iran? Bomb,
yes,
bomb,
yes. Right. Operation Midnight Hammer.
Right.
We're done.
He dropped the meat on Iran and said, we obliterate. Okay. And so a week ago, Witkoff says they're a week away. Well, we're that week now. How can you be so bad at messaging to say we knocked it out, and then your negotiator says they're a week away?
Well,
you don't understand. It was a big, beautiful bomb.
But didn't Russia or North Korea or somebody offer to give them
China? I said this to a caller on Saturday, and he's like, I didn't see that. Well, you know what? In the news right now, there are Chinese ships right now in the ports that are still available in Iran, dropping off additional supplies for these. Well, I don't know, maybe a nuclear bomb like China said they were going to do because America had to go and meddle in these affairs, which we should have never done because we were told by Israeli intelligence we were 2 months away from Iran getting a bomb. That's why that was the urgency, why we had to go in right away, right? And here it came out later, like a month later, that no, they were 2 to 3 years away from developing.
No, we're a week away now.
Yeah, dude. Now we're a week away. Like we're really supposed to believe.
So now we're 2 days away. And she pre-records her show, so it's probably been the week since I pre-recording on
Saturday. Don't believe anything coming from Israeli intelligence when it comes to Iran or anything like that, because the only thing Bibi wants is regime change in Iran, right? He wants a perpetual, nonstop war so that it can distract the population from his own personal corruption, that when all of these wars end and you have peace in Gaza and you have the Jared Kushner hotel and casino on the water there,
Alibaba.
Yep, and all the dust settles, and the
Mr.
Bibi's going to have to stand trial for the corruption that he was involved in, and he doesn't want that, right? And so, how do you avoid that? Well, you keep a consistent, perpetual war going in the Middle East, right? Bibi gets rich, the American military-industrial complex gets rich, and the American people, our kids, go to battle and die.
You got a 44,001 person network to take out. You're putting boots on the ground to take that out.
And you know what?
Look at Venezuela. We're going to take out the top guy, and that's it.
The problem is, in the Middle East, anytime you have regime change, and that's exactly what they're looking to do, it creates a vacuum. And a more harsh, totalitarian regime steps up the plate, just like we saw in Afghanistan, Iraq with ISIS and the Taliban. It just breeds more hate for America, more hate for the West. It emboldens and helps recruiting for these radical jihadists. And that's all you end up with. The more America intervenes in the Middle East, the more screwed up it becomes. And I don't know why we just don't learn our lesson. I don't know why you have this Israeli first crowd out there like Mark Levin. He gets all puffed up and he's talking about if Donald Trump doesn't go in now, the whole world's going to blow up and it's going to be Donald Trump's fault. Listen, Mr. President, you're never going to get the Nobel Peace Prize. If that's what you're going
I'm just picturing Lindsey Graham like this.
Yeah, right. He was all wet himself and like, ooh, we're going in. And then you got that buffoon on, and he'll be back around Sunday.
This would be the 17th time we've invaded these bastards since I've been in office.
We're going to penetrate them real deep.
Yeah, we are. And he'll be back out there Sunday on the news shows, drooling and slobbering all over himself, saying,
we have to invade Iran.
Yeah, Mr. President, you promised these people that you would have their back. And you're a man of your word.
He loves going back to that.
It is. It's always he always goes back to that.
Mr. President, you promised. He said that every time he hits the news now. You promised.
Yeah. And then let's end on a good note because we're almost out of time. And what a great morning. Thanks for being up so early today. It's just great.
Yeah, I think we actually have people in the live chat here.
Yeah. The Al Green, who got tossed out of the State of the Union address with a sign that blacks are not apes, with his pimp daddy Kane.
Al Green, right?
Yeah, Al Green. He's being accused of using the slush fund on a rape victim who accused him of rape. Paid her $850,000 to keep her mouth shut.
That guy
out of that, slush fund.
The monkey guy said that were
so they go.
What is he, Tyler? What'd you call him?
They go after Donald Trump.
He's gonna be
wait. What'd you call him?
He's going to be known as the monkey guy now.
What are you saying? He's like from Planet of the Apes or something? What are you alluding to?
I mean, look, he don't even.
He had a monkey sign.
Oh,
it's the monkey sign guy.
His cheekbones.
It's the monkey sign guy.
Yeah, I agree with you, James. I agree. You know, they can't go through your services to have a little adult entertainment. No, this is why you're in business.
But the thing is so they go after Trump for his lawyer doing a non-disclosure payoff payment, $130,000, consensual, by the way, and then you get people like Al Green who forcefully does something and paid somebody off with a non-disclosure.
Yeah, what about Eugene Carroll? The taxpayers paid the.
That was a fantasy. She got paid really well for a fantasy.
Eugene Carroll.
How about a fairy tale?
No evidence. No evidence. Just accusations.
35 years ago.
No police report. Nothing. No police report.
What I want to know.
No blue dress.
That's legit. Sounds legit.
Right.
Yeah, and what I want to know, and this is where the America First people have to step up. I want pressure on these people to release this slush fund list. Right. I want to know, and Republican, Democrat, I don't care at this point, the fallout. I want to know who's using my tax dollars to pay off sexual harassment claims, right? They're always so quick to point the finger at Trump, point the finger at somebody in his administration like Pete Hegseth, right? They're oh so righteous and holy, right? But when you start to unair their laundry or you want to expose it, oh, we can't do that. Why not? You know what you're going to hear? You know what you're going to hear with this list? Well, we don't want to release it because, you know, just because somebody makes an accusation, it doesn't mean it's true. That's exactly what you're going to hear.
It's the victim.
Hey, I'll see you guys in the John Freitas show. I wish we had 2 hours, man. It's right when I always have something to say right at the end. They would just drag it out.
That just means you're not meant to say it.
Carl, he cuts to the truth.
Yeah, I cut to the truth. See you guys. I'll see you in the chat. See you, James.
Later.